Welcoming on to the news track this evening, Priyanka continues to be with us from the Aam Aadmi Party, Harish Khurana from the BJP, Raghav Avasthi, advocate and analyst. Welcome, Kapil Sankla, welcome, advocate in the Supreme Court. Thanks very much to all of you for being with me. Harish, I quickly come to you. You've heard what Priyanka has said. She's said, the issue of the testimony of two people, the conflict of interest, the approver issue, which the court, said that doesn't concern us at this point of time. It will be taken up during cross-examination. How would you respond to that? The Aam Aadmi Party believes that, setback, sure, but the Supreme Court is always there, as it has shown in the Sanjay Singh case, and also that the core issue which the Aam Aadmi Party believes is what this entire case is standing on, as far as the ED is concerned, has not received the setback.
Good evening to you, Shiv, and your two viewers. I was listening to my friend Priyanka. Two things. They are Aam Aadmi Party in a habit of a pick and choose things, In Supreme Court, when Manish Sisodia didn't get a bail and bail got rejected, then it's a chronicle law. But when Sanjay Singh gets the bail, we welcome the decision of Supreme Court, and Supreme Court is, ED is not opposing that. Fair enough. Same case with Mr. Reddy. When ED don't oppose the bail on the health ground of Setback, they will not utter a word. When on the same ground, when Mr. Reddy get the bail, BJP has taken the bribe and ED has not opposed the bail. What kind of logic they are giving? You made a law. You made a policy. You changed the policy of the Dhawan committee. What the Dhawan committee has recommended to you. K. Kavita has came to you multiple times for lobbying of South liquor lobby of same Mr. Reddy, and you are alleging BJP ne paisa khaya. What kind of logic they are giving it? You have given them the thikas, you have given them the zones, and you are alleging BJP ne paisa khaya. If this is the case, you got 280 crore rupees money. Bonds, electoral bonds, and other donations. I mean, what kind of logic they are giving it?
Okay.
Point is, you are making a political allegations in the court. Mr. Abhishek Minu Singhvi, whatever Miss Priyanka Kakkad has said, same to same rebuttal.
Okay, let Priyanka reply that. Priyanka,
10 seconds more.
Yeah.
I'm listening. 10 seconds more. What court said today? When you're making an allegation of these kind of things, you're disobeying the honorable courts. This is a clear statement given by the honorable
Priyanka,
court.
the BJP says the Aam Aadmi Party has gotten carried away and started making political arguments in court, and that's why the sharp words of the court on those particular issues, saying that the political dispute doesn't concern us. This is only about the law. That must have been embarrassing for the Aam Aadmi Party, because those are sharp words.
Let me just say this with full responsibility that this is nothing but a political conspiracy. Actually, let's go back to what Mr. Hardeep Puri ji said before Harish Khurana ji. He could not tell you what the money trail was. He told you that the policy was bad and therefore there is some corruption. That is not a good logic. Now coming to what Mr. Harish has just said, he has incorrectly told you that the grounds were same for Satyendra Jain ji and Sharath Reddy. One, please don't compare apples and oranges. One had a spinal surgery, the other one claimed back pain. So thirdly, आरडी कमेटी रिपोर्ट की बात कर रहे हैं ये, मैं ज्यादा टेक्निकलिटी में नहीं जाऊंगी, जा सकती हूं, बट आरडी कमेटी रिपोर्ट में जो लिखा था हमने वो इंप्लीमेंट किया कि शराब के कारोबार में गवर्नमेंट की इंटरवेंशन मिनिमम होनी चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं उत्तर प्रदेश में जैसे आपके मिनिस्टर शराब का कारोबार चलाते हैं. Yes, that's what you were talking about. So I had to do that. Okay. Now, where is the money trail for a PMLA case? Imagine. Now come to this, Shivaroo ji. The entire case, the only evidence that the ED, after 2 years of investigation, is now relying on is Sharath Reddy's statement and Mangutta Reddy's statement.
But we don't know if that is the material that the Delhi High Court is talking
BJP called
about.
the kingpin.
10 seconds.
But
10 seconds.
Well, now it will be a matter of trial. That is what they've done to PMLA in 2018. Exactly my point. This is how they've amended. Let me finish, sir. In 2018, the BJP amended the PMLA Act through a finance bill route. They revived the section 45, which was declared unconstitutional by the Supreme Court.
I'll tell you what the Delhi High Court has said. Just 1 second. I'll tell you what the Delhi High Court on the approver statement charge. The Delhi High Court has said whether Ms. Reddy and Sarath Reddy have given statements of their own free will can't be questioned by court at this stage. Accused will be able to question
At
it
this
at
time.
stage
Let me-
of
this reminds me one more
cross-examination.
point.
So they're not making any kind of
One more
judgment on
point,
that
last
one way or
point.
the other. They're saying basically acknowledging that the investigation is still
Yes.
on.
Yes, one more point. See, that is why we also disagree with the court, because on 19th January 2023, this Sharath Reddy first goes to court after giving 10 statements where he does not name Arvind Kejriwal ji. He goes to the High Court, says that I've been tortured, I've been told that please take Arvind Kejriwal ji's name. This also happened on 19 January 2023, but because the PMLA had been invoked, he could not be granted a
Priyanka
bail
ji-
because ED said his investigation is required.
Okay, I just want to make a couple of points. I'll bring the
10
other guests
seconds.
in also because they've
10
been waiting
seconds.
patiently,
Shiv.
and then I'll come back to the specifics of it because the Delhi High Court has also quoted the Aam Aadmi Party Goa MLA statement
Yes.
of Hawala operators, which is very, very specific. The reason why this is compelling is because of the specificity of what the Delhi High Court has said. Your statement of the Aam Aadmi Party Goa candidate,
Similarly.
statement of Hawala dealers, statement of approvers, money chain regarding Goa elections. These have gone into a greater level of specifics than earlier, that was earlier
Please.
visible. That is the point.
Shiv,
Priyanka, if you
10
permit
seconds,
me.
please.
No,
10
no,
seconds,
no,
I want to
please.
rebut on
Please,
this.
Please
Hari-
pick up,
Hari-
please
Harish
let
and
me,
Priyanka, one second.
Harish ji, wait, be patient. Na?
Priyanka and Harish, please
I'm
bear with me
saying
for a
that-
moment.
I'm
Let me
listening
bring
to
in
his
my other
point
guests.
wrong.
We'll bring them in. You guys can tabulate your points and I'll come back to you. I
Let me
promise I'll
answer
come back.
to what you asked, Shiv.
I will come back to you, Priyanka. I promise I'll give you time. Don't worry. I
Okay,
want to bring in
sure.
Kapil and Raghav for just a moment, and then we'll open this up a little bit. Raghav, quickly coming to you. Kapil, hold on a moment. I'm coming to you right after that, Raghav. Raghav, you've heard everything that the Delhi High Court has said today. And you've also heard the arguments made by Priyanka and the Aam Aadmi Party through the day. Saying that the Supreme Court is there, the approver statement, and all the points that Priyanka has just made. What would you say to that, Raghav?
I think the best argument of the Aam Aadmi Party, let us try and deconstruct it. It is that there is no money trail that has been found. So they are saying that if there is no money trail that has been found, then of course there has been no crime, there has been no quid pro quo, no money is changed. But the facts of the case are slightly more peculiar because you have statements of Hawala operators. Hawala operators by definition operate outside the usual banking system. So if you're operating outside the usual banking system, of course, the money trail is not going to show up. The Hawala dealers have to be interrogated. We have to investigate their records. And we must not forget that it is just the Hawala dealer. There are
Please take me to this part of the judgment.
party,
Okay. Raghav, we've lost your audio. I think there's a bit of a poor network there. Let me bring Kapil in. We'll try and fix your audio. Kapil, the immediate headline reaction in the media to the Delhi High Court verdict today, or dismissing the plea against arrest by Mr. Kejriwal, was that this is a big setback. Now you've heard both sides. You've seen the salient points of the judgment. You've heard from the Aam Aadmi Party as well. What do you think? Yes, they can go to the Supreme Court next. The investigation is still very much on. But in terms of everything that has been said in the Delhi High Court and how the Aam Aadmi Party is defended, what do you think? Is this a big setback?
And every defense lawyer shudders at the prospect of getting a finding on facts from the court where he has moved at an interim stage. And this is what has happened in this particular case, because even before the charges have been leveled, the charge sheet has been filed, there's already a finding against Mr. Kejriwal, and very serious at that. The Honorable Court has said that ED was able to place enough material, which includes statements of approvers, and has also stated that the statement of approver is good law, has withstood hundreds of years, and that it was given in front of the court and therefore it cannot be doubted. And also of Aam Aadmi Party's own candidates, saying that Kejriwal was given money for Goa election. So this is a very, very serious charge that has been stated by the Honorable Court. The second important aspect is that the court has stated categorically that the petitioner has been arrested in a money laundering case. And the court has to examine his arrest and remand as per law, irrespective of timing. So what is important here is the money laundering case, which is not really the case when it came to Sanjay Singh, because the court stated it is not a case of Prevention of Corruption Act, etc., etc., etc. So therefore, in this case, the finding against Mr. Kejriwal is very, very serious. And therefore, this finding itself and this dismissal is not about politics, which what Mr. Kejriwal and his counsels were trying to make out. And Priyanka is a very erudite lawyer. She's spoken a lot without coming to the point at all. And it is about accountability and rule of law in this particular case.
Priyanka,
Because
you want to respond to
after
that?
the court says that,
Yes. Kapil
let
is a
me
dear
just
friend,
finish what I was
but
saying.
it seems
Just a
that
second.
he is not.
yes,
Yeah, Kapil, let
Sure.
Priyanka respond. That's it. Yeah, you made a couple of points that she can respond to. Yes, Priyanka.
of course.
I will simply say this, Kapil, that possibly you have to go through the order of the same bench before the same Honorable High Court, and then you could possibly say whether there were any specific findings quoted in that order or not. I can read the operative part, which says when this very bench dismissed our bail plea in Sanjay Singh ji's case. The findings were, there are specific statements, the word you just used, Kapil. There are specific statements that 2 crore was paid to Sanjay Singh ji at his official residence. This specific statement सिरे से खारिज कर दी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने और कहा ईडी को कि अगर आप बेल पर आपत्ति करेंगे तो मैं लिख दूंगा 45 के अंदर, कपिल लेट मी कंप्लीट, लिख देंगे कि 45 के अंदर कोई क्राइम नहीं हुआ और आपका पूरा केस ढह जाएगा. This is what happened. Specifically in Manish Sisodia's case, it was said that this case won't last for 2 minutes in trial court.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Let Kapil respond to that.
So,
she's taken the example
Kapil,
of what the Supreme Court said after the High Court ruling on Sanjay Singh. Let him answer that.
Give specific findings. You and I both know, Kapil, what they did to the PMLA law in 2018.
So she says that the High Court specifics on Sanjay Singh were discarded by the Supreme Court. Yes, Kapil. Coming to you, Harish, after that.
I am on 2 very limited points. One, the Honorable Supreme Court, while granting bail, the observation to that effect was that it is not a case of Prevention of Corruption Act. Secondly, what Priyanka is saying was an oral observation of the court and does not benefit her or Mr. Kejriwal or any other party because
No,
it is not
it's
a
in
case
the
of
order.
parity. So whatever the I'm sorry. Whatever the it is not a it is not in the order
I get
saying
it.
that
I misunderstood. Got it. I was quoting from the High Court order. I get it. Stand
I
corrected.
follow.
Yes.
I'm with you. So therefore, the Honorable Supreme Court has not granted any protection where you actually seek parity of what was orally observed by the Honorable Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So therefore,
ED was
this that
practically
way.
threatened. Don't object, or I will write it. That is why they were called at
Priyanka,
2
you and
PM.
I know
Kapil,
a
you will
lot
have
of-
to
a lot
concede
of
that.
it
You will
goes
have
in
to
the
agree
court.
what they did to 2018 PMLA.
You and I have been on opposite side as well. A lot goes in the court, but what is not written down, what is not inked has no meaning. And after we come out of the court, so whatever the Honorable Supreme Court may have stated, if it is not inked, it has absolutely no binding value, no value at all. So therefore, whatever the court might have said, you can't go to the court and say, but on
That
the
is
day
why
you
the
only
PMLA
said-
comes into. That is why PMLA is called draconian, right?
So
You will have to
either you
agree
do
with
something
me
and
there.
do it against
2018,
everybody.
the
Mr.
amendments they
Kejriwal
made
is not a
when they
special
revised
person, no?
Section
You
45
can't-
was that, is that under challenge or not? Why was that
But
done?
it wasn't against Mr. Kejriwal. You see, a good law or a bad law is against everyone. You can't just say just because today it is effective, Mr. Kejriwal, it is bad law. You could have raised
Good policy or bad policy does not say that there was any money trail. There's no money trail.
Okay, but the
Then in the charge sheet of Sister Sisodia, the same allegations were made against Mr. Kejriwal. It could have been challenged, then it was not challenged, and 9 opportunities were given. Mr. Kejriwal did not, actually go join investigation or say
He
anything
responded
pertaining
to
to his
each
innocence.
summon. We knew the intention was only to arrest,
Let me
not
bring
investigate.
Harish
How
in.
long do they want to keep it? I mean,
Two
without an
lawyers,
FIR?
two lawyers can go back and forth endlessly, and it's fascinating. And I think it's also very illuminating to see Priyanka and Kapil, who are clearly friends, offline. But Harish, let me bring you in.
I want to rebut
the
first.
Aam Aadmi Party is going to go to the Supreme Court. Let's move this forward a little bit instead of getting into the tiny little nuts and bolts. The investigation is still on. We're talking about what the High Court has said. The Aam Aadmi Party has made many different points, but they've said that look, we have reason to have hope because after what the Delhi High Court did with Sanjay Singh, the Supreme Court basically threw out many of the specifics that had come out in the High Court. So therefore, don't shut the door on us. This is not such a big setback. Harish.
See, Aam Aadmi Party has got a full legal right to go to Supreme Court. That's their choice. But multiple times, my friend Priyanka is saying there was no money trail found. Priyanka ji, Supreme Court in the matter of Manish Sisodia when the time of denying the bail said clearly there's a money trail of 300 odd crore rupees have been found. So you're not talking about that because it is not going to suit you because Supreme Court verdict on Sanjay Singh will suit you. प्रियंका मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला प्रियंका मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला प्रियंका आपको बीच में नहीं बोला
मैंने झूठ नहीं बोले ना आप झूठ बोल रहे हो
प्रियंका you will not decide क्या बोला क्या नहीं बोला अपनी बारे में बोलना आप जो भी बोलना अपनी बारे में बोलना
आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट के बारे में झूठ बोल रहे हैं इसलिए मैं रोकूंगी आपको आपको कोई सम्मान नहीं कोर्ट का
finish Harish Priyanka I'll come to you and Kapil after
I can't do this like this
yes Harish
multiple times Supreme Court has talked about 300 odd crore rupees money के बारे में बात करी गई point is you are the people who used to say कि अगर आपके ऊपर आरोप लगते हैं resign first and then face the probe.
Okay.
Today when your Chief Minister is in jail everything is changed. Now you are saying we'll rule from the jail. What kind of morality you are talking about? Come on. I mean, now you're taking what further course should be. We demand a resignation of Arvind Kejriwal right now.
Is resignation even a in the air, Priyanka? Can you clarify that for us? Is the resignation of Arvind Kejriwal even a possibility, or you'll wait for after
Prime Minister Modi? Because I demand a resignation from Prime Minister Modi because he went ahead despite the fact that Urjit Patel wrote to him in 2017 and said that don't bring in electoral bond scheme. It will increase money laundering.
232 crores आपने खाए हैं 230 crores आपने भी लिए उसके अंदर come on 232 crores having a one single MP member of parliament
हमने नहीं कहा साउथ लोकल लॉबी का किंगपिन शरद रेड्डी है हमने नहीं उसकी ईडी ने चुप्पी नहीं खरीदी ईडी की चुप्पी नहीं खरीदी हमने शरद रेड्डी के केस में
आप बोली नहीं
आप एक नंबर के चोर हैं आप भाजपाई भाजपा चोर है महाभ्रष्ट है बंगारू लक्ष्मण की पार्टी है
We've been having an enlightened discussion. No, look, the political fight is going to continue, but we're more interested in the legal fight.
तुम चोरों की पार्टी हो
Okay.
आप हैं अजीत पवार छगन भुजबल भावना गावली जब से भाजपा में आया हूँ चैन की नींद सोता हूँ हर्षवर्धन पाटिल संजय पाटिल कितने नाम गिनाऊं मैं आपको स्कैम वाले क्या कर रहे हैं आपके अदर स्कैम तो बहुत बड़ा घोटालेबाज फिर आपके साफ हो गए
Priyanka and Harish, come on. Let's cool this down now. You know, it's already a very hot summer. It's a hot political season. Let's not get personal. You know, yes, I know daggers are drawn between the BJP and the AAP this election season, but this whole chore business, let's leave that out for a moment. We're almost out of time on this. We're almost out of time on this debate, and the reason why
you are Mahabhrasht, Bangaru Lakshman ka party you are. Chore is a small word for you.
Let me bring Kapil in while let's put their fingers down. Priyanka and Harish can continue to bicker off air. I want to bring Kapil in for the last leg of this discussion, which is Kapil. The scene shifts to the Supreme Court now. I think tomorrow is when the Aam Aadmi Party is going to move the Supreme Court, which is the logical thing to do. How does this play out? I'm not here to preempt or guess or second guess what the Supreme Court is going to do. But, given we're talking about specifics, I'm not a lawyer, but, given how specific and sharp the observations were by the Delhi High Court today, how would this actually play out legally?
It looks very tough. And I say this for the reason that till the time the charge sheet is not filed, whatever ED says would be the sacrosanct truth. Because they would bring in documents to say that we are investigating. These are the different threads that we have. At this stage, we need to tie it down, for which we need Mr. Kejriwal's interrogation, and that would be allowed. Now, this is where we are. Now, the second aspect is, as I said, we shudder as defense lawyers. If we have a finding on fact, there is a finding of fact. Thirdly, you have to understand this, that Mr. Kejriwal's primary argument was the timing of the arrest. And the Honorable High Court very categorically stated that the timing of Kejriwal's arrest, even before elections, does not detract from the gravity of the offence under the investigation. So as far as my understanding is that what the court wanted to say is that justice does not adhere to any political calendar.
Okay.
Also, as far as challenging the approver integrity is concerned, we've already met that. At the end, I only want to say the court has ensured that Kejriwal will have the opportunity to challenge the evidence against him at an appropriate stage, which is either argument on charge or at the stage of trial. And this is exactly how a justice system works for everyone. It's fair. It gives everyone
Absolutely.
a chance to defend themselves. This is what the system of law is.
The system of law is this. The court case will continue in the Supreme Court. The investigation also continues. Undoubtedly a bad day for Kejriwal in court, but he does have recourse, and that's what his party is going to be doing tomorrow in Supreme Court. We'll continue to track this very, very closely. Kapil Sankla, Harish Khurana, Priyanka Kakkar, Raghav Avasthi, even though we couldn't get him for very long. Thank you very much for being with me here on the News Track Debate.